I was really just waiting for my garage heater to turn off because it's like really loud. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hello? Is there anybody out there? Just kidding. Hey, listen, guys, I didn't play my intro yet, but I wanted you to check out this wonderful place that I like to go to in the summer, and I like to go for a walk. And when I was going on this walk one day, it was super cool. I'll tell you about it in a little bit. So, I am actually going to play my intro. We'll come back to this. What? Yeah, we'll come back to this. I'm excited. Anyways, how are you guys? It's Wednesday. Let me go and we'll play I want to play my intro because I need to get my, just need to, get in the mood. Just so I can get in the mood. I didn't get in the mood yet. Here. No, I wasn't trying to start it again. I'm sorry I had that on loop. You guys, I didn't try it. Look, you know what? I'm working on it, okay? Just, it is what it is. You know what? I do it without fail. Like, I'm reliable that way. Anyways, so you guys, I don't know if you guys seen the title of tonight, but it's Guilty. 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 That could be so many things. Which way shall we go with it tonight? Well, I know which way. Oh, I just dropped my water bottle. Hold on. Get my water bottle. So I don't even know how to start this other than, I was watching that speech last night. I mean, I don't know if you guys were, but did I ever tell you? No. Anyways, I was just watching this speech last night, and it was President Trump. I read that there was like 34 million views from Nielsen ratings. However, I don't think that it accounted for anything online, which I am very, very, very curious to find out. Wonder how many people watched on Joe Rogan. I'm sure he has done something on it today or something, Anyways, a lot of people have, I'm guessing, and I made a video clip. I couldn't resist, you guys. And okay, so I'm gonna do it. I'm sharing it with you guys. I have not shared it publicly yet. I shared it with a few friends who have assured me that it'll be okay. Anyways, all right, look, that's the whole build up to it. But the funny thing is, I was trying to pull it up, and I don't know that I'm trying to find it, and you know what I think I'm going to have to do is pull it up because I thought I uploaded it to YouTube. For some reason, I'm not finding it on my. Oh, you know what? I bet. Nope, it's not even it. That's not even it. Okay, hold on. Let me go and find it. You guys go for a walk for a minute, okay? Because I gotta find this. Hi. Hi, Farmer Fred. How are you doing? Sorry, I'm like slow going. I need like background music just to keep me going here. Seriously, I'm like totally out of sorts right now because I'm like totally discombobulated. I almost pushed this out to 9 o'clock because I'm like, oh, I gotta get this, I gotta get that. You know. Anyways, how about this? How about we just enjoy my jam? Let's just put my old original beginning song up. We'll put this up. There we go. And then I'll be in the background and I'll put our song on that I haven't played in a while, but I really like it. So let's play it. What the heck? Why not? Okay.
Fell for your first day that I met you. Never dreamed that I ever could forget you. But black and white make a mess when it turned to gray. Sunlight keeps sweeping across the window. Rewind to the time when we were so close. Got me longing for yesterday. But Lord, you know me so well. I can be a little punk sometimes. But don't leave me alone. Bust down the door to my heart like it's your home. Don't need no keys. I'm on my knees, begging you please. I gotta settle this thing once and for all. You got my heart, my soul, you can have it all. I'm on my knees, begging you please, Lord, don't leave me alone. Don't leave me alone. Through the tears, through the pain comes a new day. Blown away, still amazed you pursue me. The way you love. Don't stop. Lord, I need you like a heartbeat. Concrete. You're solid under my feet. And you're calling me up. Oh, 'cause you know me. Oh, you know me so well. And I can be a little punk sometimes. But don't leave me alone. Bust down the door to my heart like it's your home. Don't need no keys. I'm on my knees, begging you please. I gotta settle this thing once and for all. You got my heart, my soul, you can have it all. I'm on my knees, begging you please, Lord.
Yeah, I say you had me in your arms, but I fell through the grasp. And yep, I had you in my heart, but I guess I relapsed. Like I'm living for the wrong reasons. Through the seasons, trying to fall for you, but then they put me on blast. It's like I try to speak my mind because I know that I'm his. And yep, I try to speak my mind, but it don't fly with them kids. Man, if I'm not talking about the newest Nikes or releases, they put the mute on me. I can't speak about my Jesus like I'm living for him. I'm slipping this in. I turn around and make the amends. I try to fit in. I mess it up and stumble again. I'm taking this pen and writing everything so I remember just how sweet that it is. Yeah, man, I got issues, I can't even lie. My only saving grace is knowing I got you inside. I'm done with saving face, I don't got a thing to hide. So don't leave me alone, keep coming day and night.
Don't leave me alone. Bust down the door to my heart, Lord, it's your home. You don't need no keys. I'm on my knees, begging you please. I gotta settle this thing once and for all. You got my heart, my soul, you can have it all. I'm on my knees, begging you please, Lord.
I'm not going to sing because
Begging you please, don't leave me alone.
God, look at that. If I had a total mustache when I did that. Shoot. Stand by. You guys, I suck. I'll take the banner down. Look, see, I'm getting it. Okay, so I found it. I just had to download it, and I'm hoping that it downloaded correctly because I really want to show it to you. So I made this video from last night's thing. Sorry about that. Wait, you guys, I'm all messed up tonight. I'm not messed up like that. Like I'm just like, look, I just got a lot on my mind. Okay, I just got a lot on my mind today, and I'm thinking about a lot of people today, and you know what I thought of first thing this morning? I'll tell you what I thought of the first thing this morning. Let me take this down. Hold on. I got to present this. So, I was so glad that Trump started. I mean, he basically made a list of everything. He made a list of like everything he's like been doing. And you know what? People just like need to hear that. And I don't know. I know that they're probably talking about. I didn't even really listen to the news today, so I apologize. Hot dog, hi. How are you, hon? Oh my God. He's my favorite wiener. I'm telling you. And I mean that in the most innocent way. Listen, I got a video to show you guys. You gotta see it. I almost should show the entire screen, but I'm not going to because I'm not going to. Okay, so let me do this. Oh, there we go. That's what I wanted to do. Ba-ba-da. Here we go. I got it. Add to stage. Hot dog. Yes, he is getting a lot done. Thank you for that. Yes, I know. I mean, you can agree, right? Well, so here's my take on it. When I was watching this last night, I put a short 1-minute video together of a little snippet that I seemed to catch, and I wanted to just kind of where my thoughts went with it. And then I thought, I'll tell you what I thought afterwards. Okay, I'll just tell you what I thought. Here we go. Hit play, Gina. Wrong one, wrong button. Hit play.
We've ended the tyranny of so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion policies all across the entire federal government and indeed the private sector and our military. And our country will be woke no longer.
With the apple wine away.
And our country.
Remember Tootie? Remember that show? Remember Facts of Life? Yeah, that's where I went to. Remember Kwanzaa? Oh my God. You guys, I'm trying really hard. I'm guilty. Okay. I don't know why I keep getting, you know what? Let me look at this. You know what? All right. Hold on a second. We might have to take care of this whole camera business. Hold on a second. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I'm going to hit. Can I hit stop? I don't know what it'll do if I do that. Let's do that. You can still see me, right? Oh no. Can you still hear me? Wait. You can still see me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Or am I a figment of imagination? Listen, I'm going to try and do this. Maybe if I make myself. Oh, you guys, I'm having technical difficulties today. I apologize for that. Let me see. I know. Let me go into this. I think I might be able to turn off the autofocus. Here you go. Focus. Autofocus was on, so I'm turning it off. All right. Let's see if that worked. All right. Try again. There, that should work. Well, I'm a little blurry, but we're just going to leave it that way if you guys don't mind. Okay. Wait, yeah. Did I move? Okay. No. Okay. So yeah. So okay, I'm guilty. I'm guilty of something that I was thinking about talking to you guys about today. And so when I made that video and I realized it like, a few hours ago, I'm like, you know what? And so I feel like God just kind of ministered to me through it. And I was like, oh, do I talk about this? But I do. I'm going to tell you what I thought when I made that video. I thought, what is she doing? She just reminded me of that. It's just something that I remembered. And she just sits there smugly. I can't. You know what? I have an aversion to Ilhan Omar. I'm from Minnesota. I'm from the Twin Cities, where she's out of Congressional District 5. So her congressional district is District 5, which is basically been given up. Basically, Minnesota GOP, man, they don't care. They really don't help the District 5 candidates. They don't do a whole lot until obviously after they become the endorsed person. Then they do help them a little bit with certain things. But really, it is up to the candidates to, really find a following to be their volunteers to help them get elected and stuff. So anyways, Ilhan is in a district that nobody wants to go near. And they just, like I said, the GOP has totally given up. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Oh, wait. Are you saying you hear me about that? Or you just hear me my sound? Anyways, listen. And turn my camera off, but you can still hear me. Okay, good. Oh wait, I got a whole bunch of stuff to do, and I'm gonna be walking around a little bit. I was thinking about just putting my VTube thing on, but I don't know if you guys. I don't know. Anyways, I needed to get myself something to drink, and I started to make myself something to drink, and I completely left it in the other room. Come on. Oh, much better. I was like thirsty. I feel very nasally because in Minnesota, literally, it was like 50 degrees yesterday, almost 50 degrees. Wait, yeah, yesterday. And then today it snowed like fudge, like 6 inches. Oh, I'm going to turn myself back on. It snowed like 6 inches, 6. And it's annoying because shoveling snow sucks, and if you have I have like a really long driveway, and so you got to plow it, well, you don't need to hear about my business. Anyways, so it snowed in Minnesota. But anyway, so after I watched that, I was like, let's get back to business here. I was kind of felt, and I put that video together because, I had just watched this video and I thought it was super funny. And so I just happened to see Ilhan Omar there with the sort of head thing on. And I yeah, I had to do it. And of course, it was just funny. But anyways, that was a funny little clip that I put together. But it made me think, I was like, kind of feeling, funny about like making fun of her headdress, but it wasn't about her culture or anything like that. It was just, but maybe it was. I don't know. I mean, it was just funny. But that was done back, I think, in the early 90s or late 80s. That show was made. I think that wasn't in Living Color, was it? It was a knockoff from like one of the Crosby shows, I believe. So but anyways, they you know, Queen Latifah was in that, you know, and she, you know, she started it. So I just thought it was really funny. And it started to make me think about, I mean, I went through this whole thing today, like about, like then it's like, you know, Kwanzaa, remember that? Remember back in the 80s? Fucking Kwanzaa. You know, so I start looking up Kwanzaa. Because it was like a made up holiday. They just made this shit up, okay? Sorry, no offense. I didn't mean to cuss, but you know, this is this is Wednesday night. What do you expect from me? I'm not perfect, you guys. I'm guilty, okay? I'm guilty. Okay, so just we're moving on. I mean, I can't say sorry for everything, I guess. You know, I guess I can. I did once, you know. Jesus hung on the cross once for all time, you know. So I guess I'm covered, but still, you know, it makes you still want to strive to not do certain things. But we still do them, you know. We are still in the world, we're still in the flesh, and we are mockers, we're jerks. People, mankind today, you know, I realize there's this theme that goes on in the Bible, and it's all about idolatry and how people started choosing idols, and about that's what they started to follow, is all these idols. And you know, like, oh, like, this is my favorite necklace, is this my idol? Well, I didn't think that it was, but then I thought to myself, wait a second, okay, I put myself in this position. Like, if I had a choice if Jesus was standing before me and my necklace was there too, and before I go to heaven, would I come back to grab this before I go up to you? No. No. Everything here, keep it. Don't need nothing here. Don't need nothing here. Hopefully, I don't go when I just step out of the shower, you know, stuff like that. Like, if we get caught up and stuff, like, that would be kind of weird. I mean, he does say that he gives us these other garments. He gives us garments, you know, and so I start thinking about all that too. So literally, this is where my thought process went throughout the day. You guys, it gets better. I'm telling you. Don't judge me. Well, I mean, I guess you can judge me a little bit, but I'm going to try to concentrate. But because some of the things that I say, I'm just like, you know, is it right to say? Is it appropriate to say? I don't know, but this is how I see things. And so, like, whether or not, I mean, hey, somebody correct me if I'm incorrect about things. And you know, I started reflecting on a lot of things of what the pastors were saying these last couple of weeks, and you know, they were even I kind of stopped into church tonight too a little bit to see, you know, what they were talking about, and you know, it's just all good stuff. But it reminds me of how much humans have separated themselves from worshiping God. From God, period. From God. They completely separate themselves from the Creator because we're more focused on this world. And it says so. It says in the Bible that's what we are. That's what we do, you know, that we, you know, we pay more attention to some, you know, the things of this world. But you know, and a lot of people like to store up the treasure here on earth, where really you should be storing up that treasure in heaven, doing other things, not necessarily. Oh, you guys, I could go on and on and on. So I started thinking about it after, you know, this is where I went to after that video. This is literally where I went to after I made that video. Watch President Trump, made that video this morning because I so wanted to do that this morning. I was thinking about it this morning when I woke up. I mean, seriously, that's how like smart assy I am. Okay. I'm smart assy. Okay. So I literally made that video in like freaking 20 minutes after work today. It was so funny. It was funny though. Anyways, then I started to think about how it reminded me of a story in the Bible about Noah and his sons, and about how Ham had gone in and seen his father's. I think they said they seen his nakedness. Oh golly, let's see if we can look up the scripture. Just I want to be accurate when I tell you this. See, I didn't have a chance to do any of this because I was so focused on a bunch of other things. I'm like, how do I say this? And how do I'm just going to tell you about my day. So, and I didn't get a chance to look all this stuff up because I'm still processing. Okay. So Noah's nakedness, I think it was. There were so many things. Okay. So it says right here, it says, oh, you know what? Can I share this? Maybe I should share this screen. I always get nervous sharing screens with people. Oh, you know what I can do here? I know, I will share this screen. Let's do that. Let's put this over here. And we'll bring this over here. Perfect. That way I can just read it well. Okay. So it says, let me see. I gotta. You guys, I'm really not stupid. I just play a stupid person sometimes on the internet. No, I was kidding. Okay, get that. You can't. Here we go. All right, I got it. I'm going to do this way better because we're not actually listening to anything. So I think I can do this. Oh, let me go like this. I apologize. You don't even really need me. Here we go. There you go. I think I got it. Yeah. Okay. It's just my chat's all the way over here, so I'll check that every once in a while. Don't hate me if I don't check it. Okay, you guys. Okay, so it says here in the Bible, Noah's nakedness is described in Genesis 9:21, where Noah became drunk and lay naked in his tent. His son Ham saw him naked and told his brothers Shem and Japheth. Shem and Japheth covered their father's nakedness without looking at him. Noah later cursed Ham's son, Canaan. Okay. So much to unpack here. Guys, I ain't going to start talking like that, am I? God, I hope not. Maybe I will. I don't know. Anyways, so let's see if I can change where I'm at here and make myself a little bit bigger. I guess you guys don't need to read this on the screen like I am. So I'm going to just resize everything. Here we go. Okay, here we go. So where I was going with this is that he had gotten drunk and he was laying naked in his tent. So there was something else that happened. I think this is me putting all these stories together because I feel like it makes more sense because they don't, yeah, you go in, but what happened is Ham goes inside to see and sees his dad. First of all, why is he going inside of his dad's tent? That's like not something that you normally do. And then, so he seen his dad was drunk, passed out, naked. Okay. There's something that Noah brought with him on the ark and took with him off the ark. And when he was laying in the tent and they were building vineyards and all that stuff, or, they planted vineyards and he got drunk off the wine when he was tasting it at harvest time. And it was that when he got on, he took the skins of Adam and Eve, the garments that God had made Adam and Eve when they left the Garden of Eden. Okay, so walk with me. I think I've told you guys this before. This is what I think. And you know what? This is my opinion. I don't know. This is not gospel, but I'm going to use what I know about not only gospel, but of ancient texts and ancient stories that are actually out there that actually talk about him. And I've said it before. Ham snuck into his dad's tent when he was all drunk. Dad was naked. Or was he? Where was his skins? Where were those garments? It actually says that Ham stole the garments. I believe I want to say the book of, is it Jubilees? Oh my God. Let's look to see. You know what? This is funny. You can do the Google AI search. Who took the garments of Adam and Eve from Noah? According to some Jewish traditions, Ham, the son of Noah, is said to have taken the garments of Adam and Eve from Noah after they exited the ark. This is often mentioned in rabbinical texts discussing the lineage of these garments. Okay, so these garments are very important. They survived basically over 1,000 years. Okay, because they left the garden, and that was, I guess, year 0, maybe. I don't know. And I think that's kind of the point of leaving the garden, that Adam lived to be, what was it, 910 or 11 or something. What was it? Jeepers. Oh, he was old. Okay. How old was Adam? 930 years old when he died. He wasn't even the oldest, okay? He didn't even live a day, basically. Never mind. Anyways, the idea, okay, so now what, let's see, let me see what book it's in. What book talks about who the book, Genesis 3:21, Adam and Eve's clothing is in 3:21, which says that God made garments of skin for Adam and Eve. Some rabbinic traditions believe that God gave Adam and Eve garments of light before the fall, not garments of skin. This is baloney. Oh, it's in the book of Jasher. Okay, so here it is. It's in the book of Jasher. Okay, and this is a questionable book. It is technically, I believe they consider this an apocryphal book, but yeah, that's what it is. Let's look in the book of Jasher. It actually talks about, we can actually YouTube that one. Oops. Guys, oh, Jeepers Creepers. Fuck. Oh, Jeepers Creepers. Hold on. 7:23. I think I might have made a video of this one now that I think about it. I'm not going to go look for it right now, but I guarantee you I will show it to you later if I do. Jasher chapter 7. This is actually a very good chapter. No, we're not going to listen to that right there. We will listen to this one. Nope, we're not listening to that either. Is this 7? Some of them sound funny. Okay. Well, let's listen to this. I'm going to actually, I don't think you can hear it through my OBS. So I'm going to actually, it's a 9-minute video. Let's listen to it. Listen to the part where it gets to, actually, it's only 23, 24, 25 verses in. So let's just listen up to that point and see what they actually have to say. Let me put this, I got the StreamYard thing over here. Hold on. Present. Share. This one. That's good. That's good. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Okay, so let's listen to that. See what they got to say. Okay. Let me turn that off. Oh, for crying out loud. I apologize. I'm super slow today, but you guys put up with me. This gives you an opportunity to go get snacks. Okay. I realize that it's using my camera mic and not my regular mic. I have no idea why. Somehow it's been disconnected. I wonder if that's what, I don't know why it's disconnected. So, anyways, okay, let's go. Let's play. Let's play.
Sure. And these are the names of the sons of
Hold on, start over.
chapter 7 of the book of Jasher. And these are the names of the sons of Noah, Japheth, Ham, and Shem. And children were born to them after the flood, for they had taken wives before the flood. These are the sons of Japheth: Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tiras, 7 sons. And the sons of Gomer were Ashkenaz, Rephath, and Togarmah. And the sons of Magog were Elichaneph and Lubal. And the children of Madai were Echon, Zelo, Chazoni, and Lot. And the sons of Javan were Elisha, Tarshish, Chittim, and Didonim. And the sons of Tubal were Arifi, Kesed, and Hari. And the sons of Meshech were Didan, Zeron, and Shebashni. And the sons of Tiras were Benib, Gira,
This is
Lepirian,
not, they're
and
not
Gilad.
spelling them right.
These are the sons of Japheth according to their families, and their numbers in those days were about 460 men. And these are the sons of Ham: Cush, Mitzrayim, Phut, and Canaan, 4 sons. And the sons of Cush were Seba, Havilah, Sabta, Raamah, and
Yeah.
Saticha. And the sons of Raamah were Sheba and Dedan. And the sons of Mitzrayim were Lud, Enom, and Pathros, Chaslath, and Shaftor. And the sons of Phut were Gebal, Hadan, Bena, and Adan.
You know what's
And the
funny
sons
is
of
if
Canaan
you
were
go
Zidon,
through,
Heth,
I'm
Amore,
just going to go ahead and
Girgashi, Hivi,
talk
Arki,
over this part.
Sinai, Orodai,
But if
Zimodai,
you
and
go,
Shemothai. These are the sons of Ham, according to their families, and their numbers in those days were about 730 men. And these are the sons of Shem: Elam, Ashur,
okay, so they're going
Arpachshad,
through all of these,
Lud,
but so
and
all these
Aram,
names that you're going
5
to
sons.
find,
And the
these are
sons of
actually the
Elam
names
were
of
Shushan,
cities. This is
Hachmon,
where these
and
people
Harmon. And the
first,
sons of
when they came
Asher
off the
were
ark, they
Myrick
started
and
to
Milco. And the sons
spread.
of
And it's
Arpachshad
kind of
were
neat.
Shilach,
You got to
Imar,
kind of
and
see
Ashbel.
where
And the
the
sons of Lud
partitions
were
were and where
Pithar
the
and
families went, and
Gazayun.
where
And
they,
the sons of
what they
Aram
did
were
is they
Uz,
always named
Hul,
the city that they were
Gather,
building. I've
and
talked about
Mash.
this before, but
These
they name
are
the
the
city
sons
that
of
they're
Ham
building
according
after
to
their
their
child,
families,
usually their
and their
firstborn
numbers in
son.
those days were about 300
So
men.
here we go.
These
Let's
are the
listen to this.
generations of Shem. Shem begat Arpachshad, and Arpachshad begat
I'm trying to get
Shelach,
to,
and Shelach begat Eber. And to Eber were born 2 children, diminished and
let's get
lessened.
to,
These are the sons of Yoktan. And
nope,
Yen begat Serug, and Serug
we can get to
then
the
again
you
began to
gap
rebel
stuff
and
again.
transgress against God.
There we
And the
go.
child
Here
grew
it
up, and his father loved him exceedingly, and she bare a son. And they, son of Ham, the son of Noah, took,
Here we
he
go.
begat
This is where
Paran
it is.
and Nahor. And Cush, the son of Ham, the son of Noah, took a wife in those days in his old age, and she bare a son, and they called his name Nimrod, saying, at that time the sons of men again began to rebel and transgress against God. And the child grew up, and his father loved him exceedingly, for he was the son of his old age. And the garments of skin which God made for Adam and his wife, when they went out of the garden, were given to Cush. For after the death of Adam and his wife, the garments were given to Enoch, the son of Jared. And when Enoch was taken up to God, he gave them to Methuselah his son. And at the death of Methuselah, Noah took them and brought them to the ark. And they were with him until he went out of the ark. And in their going out, Ham stole those garments from Noah, his father, and he took them and hid them from his brothers. And when Ham begat his firstborn Cush, he gave him the garments in secret, and they were with Cush many days. And Cush also concealed them from his sons and brothers, and when Cush had begotten Nimrod, he gave him those garments through his love for him. And Nimrod grew up, and when he was 20 years old, he put on those garments.
What? What? Now, this is the only place that I actually see this that I know of so far. But I'm not saying this is the only place, period. Okay? So it's very curious to me, is it not? So I'm putting all these little clues together. Okay, so Ham stole the garments. So let's one more time. Let's just one more time that last sentence here. These last couple sentences. Well, through his love, Cush. So I want to tell you what I think about these guys. Gave them in secret. Took the ark. Okay. Methuselah. Wasn't Methuselah the oldest? Who was the oldest person in the Bible? Let me look. I think that is right. Who was the oldest person in the Bible? I think it was. Yep, Methuselah. He was 990, I believe. Is that right? Oh, it says, excuse me, it says 969, but I think there's some discrepancies in a couple of the books about some of these ages. I'm not sure. I do know that Methuselah died. All of the forefathers died right before the flood. Okay, so that happened. Even Noah's father, they all died before the flood. So they didn't have to endure that part. And that's a whole nother freaking stream. We're not going there. If you don't know, I'm sorry. I pray, Lord, that someday that too will come out. Anyways, of this mouth. Anyways, okay. So let's go. I gotta find my cursor all the time. Here we go.
To Methuselah his son. And at the death of Methuselah, Noah took them and brought them to the ark. And they were with him until he went out of the ark. And in their going out, Ham stole those garments from Noah, his father, and he took them and hid them from his brothers. And when Ham begat his firstborn Cush, he gave him the garments in secret, and they were with Cush many days.
Why did he do it in secret? He didn't want his brothers to know. He didn't want anybody to know where these garments went. Did Noah not notice that they were gone? Why was Noah so mad at his son after he's seen his nakedness? And why would he curse Ham's son? Was it his son or his grandson? Boy, you see what I'm saying? There's a lot to remember here, okay? I don't know it all, but you know what? Listen to
And
it
Cush
from
also
experience.
concealed them from his sons and brothers. And when Cush had begotten Nimrod, he gave him those garments through his love for him. And Nimrod grew up, and when he was 20 years old, he put on those garments.
Okay, so now we're at this point. Nimrod puts the garments on. So I don't even want to, I could sit here and do the timeline, but we're not going to do that today about how old these garments are. Enough to know that, like, when Nimrod, so the story goes that when Nimrod puts these garments on, he suddenly has stature. He suddenly is strong and fit, and he has a stance about himself. He's just somehow elevated. These garments elevated him. And he doesn't use it for good. And in fact, you know, when I think about all this that has happened, Ham goes in, steals stuff from his dad, goes inside his dad's tent while he's sleeping nonetheless. I think that's when he stole the garments myself, because that, you know, I mean, why was he even in there? It doesn't say. But there's this little, you know, thing in Jasher that I kind of came across, and I've always listened to this book. I've listened to this book for like 30 years. You know, I've known about this book, and I've listened to it. I've read it, and you know, several times. And so it's a very good book. I don't know if it's all true. I always now that we have the internet, I can look all this stuff up. And there's a lot of questions, but a lot of Jewish teachers actually refer to this book of Yasher, I believe it is. So anyways, there's that too. So I don't know.
And Nimrod became strong when he put on the garments, and God gave him might and strength, and he was a mighty hunter in the earth. Yea, he was a mighty hunter in the field, and he hunted the animals, and he built altars, and he offered upon them the animals before the Lord. And Nimrod strengthened himself, and he rose up from amongst his brethren, and he fought the battles of his brethren against all their enemies round about. And the Lord delivered all the enemies of his brethren in his hands, and God prospered him from time to time in his battles, and he reigned upon the earth. Therefore it became current in those days, when a man ushered forth those that he had trained up for battle, he would say to them, like God did to Nimrod, who was a mighty hunter in the earth, and who succeeded in the battles that prevailed against his brethren, that he delivered them from the hands of their enemies, so may God strengthen us and deliver us this day. And when Nimrod was 40 years old, at that time there was a war between his brethren and the children of Japheth, so that they were in the power of their enemies. And Nimrod went forth at that time, and he assembled all the sons of Cush and their families, about 460 men, and he hired also from some of his friends and acquaintances about 80 men, and he gave them their hire, and he went with them to the battle. And when he was on the road, Nimrod strengthened the hearts of the people that went with him.
Wait, so he went to go to battle against his own brother, his own brethren, I should say, the descendants of Japheth. Very interesting, isn't it?
And he said to them, Do not fear, neither be alarmed, for all our enemies will be delivered into our hands, and you may do with them as you please. And all the men that went were about 500. And they fought
Hear it
against their
wrong?
enemies, and they destroyed them, and subdued them. And Nimrod placed standing officers over them in their respective places. And he took some of their children as security, and they were all servants to Nimrod and to his brethren. And Nimrod
So he went in there, and so this is what I hear when I hear about Noah's son Ham and his descendants. Ham, the little thief, little sneaky little thief, little jerk, who went inside his dad's tent when he wasn't looking, goes out there and starts laughing about it and telling us and gossiping. Hey, Dad's in there, he's all drunk and he's all passed out, he's naked. His brothers actually walked backwards to cover him so that they didn't even look upon it. So that's interesting, because they were trying to cover him. They were protecting him because they didn't want anything bad because that was their dad. But no, Ham, the little shit, the little stinker, decided he was going to go and make funnies. So then I come across this later on. We just got to stop and interject because this literally came up. Let me find it. It is right. It was right here. I'm going to find it here. Oh, golly jeepers. Let me find it. Oh my God. Let me find it, Lord. Do not let me not have this. No. I can't find it. I can't believe I don't have the video. I had it waiting. I must have clicked something. Let me see. Maybe I have it. Make me look. Oh, you guys, I'm going to feel like a total dum-dum if I don't find this video that I wanted to show you next, because I seen this and I was, anyways. I'm going to find it. Hold on. Crap. You know what? How about this? Let me take a break. I know I can find it on my phone, I think. I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to send it to the computer. This is swear I go. We're gonna I'm gonna put some music on. I'll be right back. Hold on, give me a second. Let's just take a short break, okay? We're gonna take a short little break because that's what G needs. That's what Gigi needs. Gigi needs a break. Go get a soda. Go have your smoke break. Hate your state if you're out there. Reeves! Oh my God. I was supposed to call Reeves. He wanted to get online today. And I do. I kind of want to talk to him because there was something I wanted to show him. So we might get there. I don't know. This could be a long stream, you guys. I'm sorry. Okay. Not sorry. Really not sorry. Here we go. Okay, hold on. Let me find my... Love me. Love me. I'm fucking looping this thing until it gets... But it's like a 3-minute thing. So hopefully that's all I'll need. Okay, hold on. Let me... I'm here. I got it. I found it. And don't judge me. Okay. Now. Yeah, hold on. Let me get this one. Found it. Here we go. So then I see this. Well, I seen this earlier in the week, and I was like, God, it reminds me of this. This is my whole day. Okay, here we go. Add to stage. Here we go. Watch this. Please tell me that you are getting the audio of this. If not, it's 53 seconds. We can replay it. Okay, let's do it.
Speaking of shit, I had to clean room 8 again. Guy crapped his pants so bad he had shit on the top of his head. How the heck do you crap on your own head? I'll tell you something, room 12. They don't pay me enough to clean shit out of somebody else's hair. I mean, look at that diaper. He's like a big baby.
Say, shut your mouth, Kathy. My name, not room 12.
Hey, it's just something we used to.
What, pretend that you're not us? Room 8, the guy with the diaper, that's gonna be you one day. If you're lucky enough to live that long. And you're gonna wish someone cared enough about you to clean up your shit. So you never forget. We were all cute and healthy. And could wipe our own asses once. Just like you.
Have you seen this video?
I
Wow.
wanted to ask you,
Oh,
how would
then I
you
seen
explain
this.
to a friend that God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit are one?
This is the number one way that I explain the Trinity. And the way that I would explain.
Hold on. So I started thinking about that last video where the guy's like mocking it, and I see this everywhere in today's TV. I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but like let me take this down real quick. I'm gonna do that. So I'm sorry, I'm like sucking in my buggers. It sounds really gross, but I don't want to blow my nose on screen. No, it's sucking it up and swallowing it. And congesting myself, by the way. It's been really bad because it was super warm yesterday and now it's cold and it's gonna get warm again and it's just allergies and it's really annoying. It's super annoying. So anyways, I was looking at that, but TV nowadays, that's all they do. They have social justice. That's all they freaking promote on television shows. Like people constantly complaining about their jobs, making fun of their patients, or making fun of the vulnerable. And it's like back in the day, that was not something that you did. You didn't do that. Yeah, you got freedom of speech. Yeah, you do. But that's like uncouth. It's not cool. It's frowned upon. It's not professional. It's not something that we want to see inside a professional setting or like in the general public, because that teaches not only others, but it teaches your children those kinds of responses to certain situations. When, say, you have a child that you come across somebody who may have autism, or and it's an adult, or somebody is mentally retarded or something, and a child is staring. What do? You know, do you know, what do you do? I mean, let me tell you. All of this played out in my head today. Like all of this is going through my head, and it reminded me of, it is a story I often tell, is that when I was a little girl, or when my daughter was a little girl, she was a little girl, I used to take her, we lived in St. Paul, almost downtown St. Paul. And I would take her on the city bus, and we would go on the bus and just to go for a ride, something to do. Back in the, I mean, it was just something to do, something to do with our time, and we would see the whole city. And one day we had gotten on the bus and we sat down and we were in the front, and there was this larger lady, and she had like gout. You could tell it was gout. And my daughter was like 2.5, almost 3 maybe. And she was a talker. She talked since she was 6 months old. She was one of those kids. She walked early, talked early, did everything early. She was just a little smarty pants, and still is. And she's a 32-year-old smarty pants. But anyways, so she goes, "Mom, look at her legs." She does it loud. "Mom, look at her legs." She points. "Look at her legs. Look at him, Mom." Every parent's been there, right? We've been there. We're talking back in the early 90s now. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, why would you point that? And I thought to myself, this is teaching moment. And I just leaned over and the lady could hear me. And I kind of wanted her to hear me. Like, look, I'm not just going to poo-poo this. I'm going to explain to my child. So I said, Crystal, honey, I said, sometimes people have illness or they get, how would I say, illnesses or they get sicknesses in their legs sometimes. And it causes some bigger ones and some smaller ones. Some people are even born without hands and feet and arms and legs. And I said, I had a very best friend growing up who had no hand, and her name was Stephanie. Long story about that too. I don't want to go there, but she's like super cool. But you know, so I told her about this, and that's kind of where I left. It was like short, brief. And then I'd say, and then he says, we'll talk about this later, you know, whatever. We were done with that. And the lady just kind of smiled and was like, it was okay. But it was like, it might be something like if you're pointing out oddities or something different about somebody as an adult versus as a child, it's just different, okay? So I feel like maybe do we as adults need to start training our adults how to respond appropriately when they're even in the break room? Don't start talking shit about your patients or your students or any of that, because you know what? People are impressionable and they start to assume. They assume those negative thoughts and feelings. It's very rare nowadays that you find people that actually can think for themselves. And it sucks. But kids nowadays, they all think that they're going to find everything that they need to know right online. And that's where they're going to learn everything. And everything else is just, it's the luck of the draw. It's how their parents raised them. Did they raise them with values? Did they stop and take teaching moments and say, hey, that this is why we don't do this? Would you want somebody doing that to you when you're drunk and passed out? Would you want them to cover you and take care of you? Or would you want them to sneak around your stuff and go out there and make fun of you? That's an untrustworthy son of a bitch. That's all I got to say about that. Probably not, but anyway, so there was this really cool video. It was talking about how you explain the Trinity. I liked it a lot, and you know what? So literally, I obviously have to pause during the day. I see these videos, so there's also something else that I've seen in my day. Love me. It is what it is, okay, guys? It is what it is. All right, here it is. Here.
Have you seen this video?
I wanted to ask you, how would you explain to a friend that God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit are one?
This is the number one way that I explain the Trinity. And the way that I would explain the Godhead, the Trinity, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, I don't like to use the egg, the boiled egg. The shell, then you got the egg, then you got the yolk. The reason why I don't like to use that is because when you use that, especially with Muslims, they'll say, how could you compare God to an egg? And I'm like, you have a good point. How am I supposed to compare God to an egg? But I can compare God to what? Those that are made in his image. And the Bible says that God created us in his image. And what did God say in the beginning too? He didn't say, I'm gonna create man in our image. He said, let us. He said, let us create man in our image. So the Godhead has always been. That's why Jesus says, I'm the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning and the end, who was, who is, and who is to come. And if you want to know how to explain that, figure out, well, what is in his image? And in his image is us. We were made in his image because God is one and I am one. You are one, right? Do you have a soul?
Yeah.
Do you have a spirit? And do you have a body? Is your soul different than your spirit? Yeah. Is your spirit different than your body?
Yeah.
Is your body different than your soul?
Yeah.
Are they all you?
Yes.
Do they do different things?
Yes.
but are they the same?
Yes.
That's how I would explain the Trinity or Godhead to a non-believer.
Hey, what are you
Bam.
doing? I came out to check on you.
Oh. That's not what I was trying to do. So then I see this next video. Oh, you guys. I had a good day. Just so much reflection today. I was tell you all about what happened this week, this day, this. Look, this might not be chronological, but it's pretty darn close. How about this today?
Hey, what are you doing? I came out to check on you.
Huh?
What are you doing? Thought you were working.
I'm looking at this.
What is it?
It's wire. It's a spool of wire. And I'm almost out of it. Can you see the spool of wire?
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost out of it.
Okay.
And I've had this spool of wire for like 40 years. I bought it like this it's on a piece of a long time ago, but it's like 40 years of my life is in the wire that's gone. Does that make sense? This is what's left. Does that make
I'm
sense?
sorry to hear that. I'm sad for you, but you're wearing your Jets hat, and I'm a little concerned right now that you're wearing your Jets hat. I thought that's why you were crying.
Okay, I'm done.
This is
Wow.
really good. Watch this.
One of the most
So-
pivotal, life-changing.
One. So that when I seen that, I was like, let me take this down. So I seen that video and I was like, wow. It's funny because I'm 52 and I think about that now. I'm like, I'm 52. If I have something that I've had since my 20s, I look at it and I go, okay, did I say I was going to save it for something? Look, I'm 52. Am I going to need this? Am I going to use this? Am I going to want this? Does somebody else want this? That kind of thing. It's kind of funny because, I mean, the guy's looking at a spool of wire. Well, I was looking at some cord and I was like, you know, I could use this to do that. Oh, well, what if I need to use it? And I thought to myself, what the? It's that spool of wire. No, there's some left. I used it on this. I know it doesn't work for that. And so, but it would work for this. And what else am I going to use it for? I'm 52. If I need to buy cord, I can afford to buy more cord in the future. Okay? So that's kind of where I went with it. And I was like, like there's so many things that go into this. Like our life goes by and you know, I'll tell you when you turn 50, if you're not this age yet, you will be. And you'll be like, oh, how much time do I have left? And what am I going to do with it? Like, what am I going to do with it? I figure how many more years can I really be as mobile as I am? I mean, let's be honest, right? I mean, you start to slow down in the next 20 years here. People often have major problems medically in their 70s and 80s. And, you know, I mean, I just find it very interesting that this guy, you know, is reflecting on his life over a spool of wire. And I'm going to guess that if he, you know, or well, I don't know about you guys. I don't know how old you are or anything, but when you get into these the 50s, you start thinking about like, God, half my life's over. And you start thinking about this. So then I start thinking about that. And then I start thinking about the person that I am and like how I've lived my life. And like, if Jesus were to come tomorrow, like, what? Wait a second. Am I like Ham? Am I the guy that's going to go and laugh at my dad? No, I would cover my dad. I would protect him. Although I do make fun of his being a Democrat. Don't get me started. Let's not go there, guys, because it's just not safe. Okay. But you know what? Yeah, I'll make fun of that. But he makes fun of me being a Republican. So whatever. But I started to reflect on what kind of person I was. Like, am I this kind of person? I don't want to be that guy that was talking about the dude that crapped himself and got it on his head. And you know what? I've got stories upon story upon story. I worked in law enforcement, and do you think that I haven't seen stuff? I have. I don't tell people about some of that, a lot of that stuff. I mean, it's not what you do. That's not, I mean, you might talk about it amongst, maybe one or two others and you tell them, your thoughts, but you got to really search your heart about like, why do you think the way that you think? Yet I'm cynical. I make some bad jokes in an opportune time. I'm bad that way. And I recognize that, and I try to, hold my tongue sometimes. It's not always possible. Let's not talk about that. But I just all, like I said, all this stuff went through my mind. It was interesting. Then there was this. This is another thing. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go. Well, here you go. Here you go. Listen.
One of the most pivotal, life-changing moments was in 2020. I was called to Brazil. I wanted to do missionary work there. And when we were there, we hike up this hill. I remember not even thinking I was going to make it. We go and we knock on all these people's doors. We enter their houses. A lot of them didn't even have doors. And I invited all these people to this gathering at the playground. We were going to do this revival. And I remember I was so expectant, praying, God, do a big thing, do a big thing. I believed it in full faith. And only 5 people showed up. It hit me and I was like, man, God, like this is a failure. Why did you have us hike all this way for these 5 people? And I remember just being frustrated, like I wasted my time. I'm tired. I'm thirsty. There's no bathroom. And the Lord, it was almost as if he spoke directly to me and I could hear his voice. And he said, Allie, I do not base value the same way the world does. My heart, like scripture says in Luke, is to go after the one. And that's exactly how I feel about you. Your value is not based on numbers, what people think about you, what your number is on a screen. It's just solely because you're my daughter that I love you. I'll do anything for you. And if your whole purpose in this earth was to be in this desolate little town where nobody sees you, nobody knows what you're doing, but I know that you're being faithful, that is more than enough.
So let's bring in Fox News contributor Mark Thiessen with a look at this. Very interesting.
I don't know what this is, but I kind of want to watch it. I'll watch that here in a second. But I found that interesting because that's how I see this stream. That's how I've always seen like my streams and stuff like that. Like I know, like that's why I always tell you guys, like you want to watch this, you can watch me later, whatever. There might be something in it for you. There might not be, it's neither here nor there, I guess. I don't know. But I do this because there's people out there that, are just friends of mine that are online. We just know, they know who I am. They like to hear what I have to say occasionally. And that's great. I like to hear what they have to say occasionally too. And so that's what's great about it. But I'm not out here, like the reason that I'm even doing this stuff was really to help me in my walk with God. It was me being obedient to the call of God on my life. And he said, listen, Gina, I want you to do these things. I want you to do this, 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 and this. And so I'm like, this is kind of one of the things that I've been more reluctant to do is to spend. Number one, I don't have a whole lot of time in. Lord, let's keep it that way, okay? Let's not. Well, I like my job. Ready to be doged, but I have a pretty legit job, so I ain't gonna worry about it. I don't worry about it because you know what? The federal government is not my provider. God is. So I don't worry about being doged. If you work for the federal government, please don't worry about being doged because honestly, if you are doing a job that doesn't compromise your integrity, I think you're going to be okay. If you're in a job that does compromise your integrity, you might want to start fixing up your resume. There it is. Okay. Anyway, So as I was saying, it was when I started doing this stuff, it's like I'm doing it just for the one, you know. He leaves the 99 for the one. The 99 know where they're going. They know how to do things. They are in line. It's that one that went astray. And that's who God's always looking for, is the one that's gone astray. So when you see people like me hanging out with people like you, I'm just kidding. I'm not saying that you're bad. I would never say that. But when I do that, when I hang out with people online, a lot of people online that's their world. It's their world. They're in the world. They're really in the world. And it's, it sucks. But you know what? You got to go to where you're needed. And there's a huge need. And I think that you're going to notice that about a lot of streamers that there's a little revival even amongst streamers. Like they're starting to come to know who God is and how important this is. That people start to at least take notice of the fact that our entire world, Earth, every country, every continent, every place believes in a creator pretty much. There's your random atheist, but by far, overall, most of the people that live on the earth do believe that there is a creator. There is a great spirit. There is a one true God, and that he is the Alpha and the Omega, the end all be all. He is. Okay. I believe that. And if it wasn't so, why would we have so much evidence? That is the one thing through time that is consistent. It is the one thing through time. I mean, like one of my friends says, we basically judge time on Jesus. I mean, yeah. AD. You know what? They've changed it to say so many things, but basically that's the cutoff point. That's when Christ came. They basically they have used that as a pivotal moment, and they are using the whole BC stuff, the Adam and Eve timeline, to Jesus. Okay. So, you know what? You can't explain that away. Every continent does it. Pretty much every country. Anybody who's anybody does it. Anybody who can read and write does it. Okay, you can't read and write, then you're on your own there. You don't even have a concept of time, of month, or basically you count days and the sun rose, the sun set. It was many, many moons. That's how you count time, okay? Oh, God, I got so much to say. I don't know that I could ever say it all. This stream could go on forever. Oh, Lord, it's a problem. Hey, listen. There were some other videos I wanted to show you. Oh, this was super cool. Because you know what? I think I'm going to leave it. I want to talk. Oh, God, I could go on and on about Nimrod and what a jerk he was. Maybe we'll do that. Because that's like a whole stream in itself. And I have always talked about it. It's just so much information. I just don't have the time to put it all together and compile it all into one without doing it, live or whatever, because then I'm there focused and doing it, but whatever. But let's talk about seeds. You know how I'm all about seed time and harvest. Well, I thought this was super cool. Oops, hold on, let me start it over. Pull it up here. Love this. I hope you guys can hear it. Let me see. I think you guys can. I don't know where. Anyways, okay, here we go. You're gonna love this. This is so cool. Here we go. And get it. Here.
And I will carefully place it.
Look at that. Oh,
And there are 13 dominoes. And the largest domino, it weighs about 100 pounds and is more than a meter tall. Ready? Boom.
Speaking of shit, that's a clean room 8 again.
back there. So can you that's pretty neat, huh? Something I might tell you might have that little ripple effect. You know, you might remember it. It might be a blessing to somebody else. You don't know. And if you're not a Christian, you know what? Yet, or you're not sure what to say to somebody when they're in, like, you know, you might pick up something from me. So, you know, this is just all learning stuff. I am not a preacher. I'm not a teacher. I'm just I'm just Gina. I just want to share, because I want you to be an overcomer. And like I've always said, I strongly believe that our testimony and the things that we've gone through in life help other people along the way. People that we encounter, people that we meet, will be helped by our stories and our experiences in life. I mean, that's why people even tell stories, to get a point across, right? Okay, so God's word, it actually says in the Bible that we are overcomers. We overcome by the blood of the Lamb, what Jesus did for us, and the words of our testimony. The things that we've experienced and can articulate to one another so that they have a better understanding. That's what Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John did in those books. Tried to articulate to us the life of Jesus Christ and what Christ wanted for us, and how he lived and how he presented himself. And he actually set the stage. You know, I want you to be mindful of the fact that Jesus, in the New Testament, actually had a lot of dealings with the government system. And so it was the church, and it was the government, the leaders. And they tried not to mess with each other. They used each other. And it's the same way as nowadays, you guys. Jesus is telling us stuff inside this book. It's so much more than what we see on the surface. It's deeper. It's so much deeper. We can learn a lot. You know, and maybe I should just start over right now. Oh my God. Remember when Prize and Palace did the reading of was it Genesis? Oh my God, whatever. It was so fun. I enjoyed it. Oh my God. You couldn't shut me up. That's what I need to do, is do something like that. That'd be so cool. Tell Evangelista, you're the best. Love you. She's fun. I haven't seen her stream for a long time. She had to get out there. And you know what? I totally misunderstood something that, well, never mind. Let's just finish this out. How long have I been live? An hour and a half. Oh my God, that's like super long. I mean, I could really go on forever and ever. Let me see. Wait, do I have any other videos that I wanted to show you? Hold on. That was that one. I did that one about men. Oh, why men don't open up to women. That one where he's like talking about that spool of wire. So then I go back to this video, right? And I thought, oh God. If a guy said that to me, he was just sitting there and he said that to me, I would want to give him, like, I mean, like, oh my God, that is the sweetest thing I've ever heard somebody talk about. Like, I'm like in that point in my life where I'm like, I totally get what you're saying. It'd be like, you know what I mean? It's just, that's what I thought. I'm weird. Yeah. Okay, Nimrod's castle. I had a little video on that. Oh, what is it? So there is a castle Did you know this? Nimrod's castle? I don't know if I think I did. Hold on, let me see. Oh no. Yes, I did see part of this. It's like an hour long. We're not watching that. Like I said, Nimrod, totally separate stream. The life of Nimrod, how he was a jerk. And then he was, was he good at first and then turned into a jerk? Yeah, I think so. I think it was one of his, I do believe his descendants that ended up squatting on his brother's land or his brethren's land where he wasn't supposed to be. And that's where I do believe Gaza and the West Bank are right now. So those are stolen lands from each other's brothers, from the Noah brothers, Noah's sons. One stole the land and just squatted on it and never left. That's actually the story. From what I gather, we can explore that. I actually could find. I found it once. I could do it again. There's so much stuff inside these ancient texts and books. It's not necessarily even the Bible, but just ancient writings, and there's tons of them that are books that are used in synagogues or by rabbis and in a lot of theologians. So, I mean, they have that grand Bible and it's got like all these books and some that they're known fakes, and it talks about which ones are known fakes. And there's a lot of that too. But what I discovered is after Jesus died, and Pilate died, there was, a lot of people that we don't pay attention to, but they were basically the first popes is what they were considered. I know that they're talking about how there is a prophecy like this pope is like the last pope. I don't know if that's true. I've never actually seen such prophecy. I don't know. That's another thing that we can explore. I mean, there's all kinds of things that we can explore, you guys. Oh my God. Walk with me. Anyways, I just, I made the title of this one Guilty, because when I watched the video of, this guy right here where
God crapped his pants so bad he had shit on the top of his head. How the heck do you crap on your own head? I'll tell you something, Room 12. They don't pay me enough to clean shit out of somebody else's hair.
Okay, so like that kind of stuff, you know what? I'm like, God, am I guilty of that? And when I made that video of Ilhan Omar, I thought, I'm kind of making fun of her. But in a, I'm all, but, you know what? Look, I'm making fun of her, right? Making fun of her just because she annoys me. Okay? Anything I could find to make fun of her, I will. It's the truth. I mean, sorry, Lord. We're humans and that's what we do. I'm kind of trying to change that part about my own self. And so, I mean, I hope that you guys get a chance to reflect on what I said, giving you my testimony, kind of about how my day went and how my thought process went and how I got to all of that. And I thought, I'm kind of guilty at the end of the day because I still played the video for you. And I still think it's funny as hell. I'm sorry, Jesus! Okay, anyways, look. We're not perfect. We never will be. We are humans. And, we just need to start taking a look at ourselves and the things that we say and the things that we do is in our regular day-to-day. Because when we were kids, look, I don't know if you're my age, when we were kids, a lot of this shit didn't fly. A lot of this stuff did not fly. You just didn't do stuff in public. You acted right. You didn't act up. You weren't a jerk. You didn't backtalk. Now, everybody backtalks. Everybody backtalks. Everyone. And that's the problem. We got to just learn to just, and that's something that my grandmother actually said to me one time. I was complaining about something, and I said, Grandma, I'll never forget. Blah 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 blah. I think I was telling her about my then boyfriend. I was like, I go, and she really liked him, and she goes, and it's like, it really upset me. And she's like, you know what you do then? You just, that's what she said. She didn't even say anything. She just did this. This is what you do. And I was just like, oh my God, Grandma. She was right. She's so right. Just shut your freaking mouth. She would not say that. I would. And that's the problem. I need to say it more politely. You know what? Probably shouldn't say that. Maybe that's condescending. So now I got to think of another way to say it. Oh my God. You guys see the problem here? Yeah. And I think we all have that problem. I think we all have somewhat of a problem with the way that we talk in society nowadays. I mean, look at our what they show us on the television.
I mean, look at that diaper. He's like a big baby.
Say, shut your.
And then, and things is they do a lot of, like I said, social justice and all this stuff, and people at the hospitals and the fire departments and the police departments on these TV shows take matters into their own hands. Where do you think our society has learned it? By watching TV. I learned it by watching you, Dad. I learned it by watching you. Remember that? Yeah. It's learned behavior. And whether people think so or not, you are learning based on the things that you're watching. So I would, it's actually biblical. It says to think on things that are good and pure and perfect and lovely and of good report. That's what you're supposed to think on. You're not supposed to think on vain imaginations or things that aren't fruitful, that would go against God's word, or that would be kind of, jerky, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, oops, I'm getting phone calls. So I suppose I better hey, you know what? I was going to tell you about that long walk in the garden, or in the, I don't want to say the garden, the park that I like to. That's why I started that video. And I was going to play that for you tonight. And I thought I really wanted to, but I'm not, because it's a really long video and I kind of wanted to narrate through it. But maybe I might just put on some background music and play it through. Who knows? Just for the heck of it, if you guys want to see it. And then I do have a painting video that I don't think very many of you have seen. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I pulled it up, hoping to show it to you guys. I feel like everything that I pulled up is gone. I don't know why. I don't even know how. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, so that's not it. Let me find it. Me as well. You guys, you ain't got nothing to do, right? It's 10 o'clock. Where are you going? Right, okay. You ain't going nowhere. You're staying right here. Just hold on. Give me a second. I think it's like a 1-minute video, so you can handle that. Actually, there was 2 that were similar, and I wanted to show them because I was going to call, I know Reeves wanted to come online. Sure, but I'm not, you know what, Reeves, you know what he said to me today? He goes, hey, come on, let me stream with you, Gina. Let me stream with you, and you know what, let's see how long it takes before you kick me out. Shit. I kind of want to do it now. I kind of want to see. Should I do it? Anybody want me to see if Reeves wants to come on and see how long it takes me to kick him out? See if he's even awake. Let's call him up. Let's call Reeves. See if he's up. You see, he calls me from a new number all the time. Hold on. This is it. Let's call him up. I got it. Let's call him up. He don't care. Can you guys hear him? Tell me you can hear him when he gets on here. If he answers.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
You forwarded me? You would. Hold on, let's text him. WTF. Sending me to voicemail, huh? Want to stream. Right. Do you want to come on? Let's see if he responds. If he does, I can send him a link. See if he comes up. And see how long it takes me to kick him out. Let's see if he says anything. I'll give him like 2 minutes to respond. That's how. Yeah. You know what? He'll be doged. You got till midnight. Just kidding. I want to hear 5 things. I want to hear 5 things that you're going to talk about, Reeves. Oh, funny stuff, guys. Funny stuff. I'm just going to look to see if there's any other videos that I had before I go, because I don't think he's going to resign. He must be out and about. Oh, there's one more. And this was from the Trish Regan show. And I just loved this video. You got to see it. I loved it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States of America.
And I will carefully place it.
I thought that was just like the coolest video. Okay, let down here. I thought that was the coolest video ever. And then these are all the other videos that I wanted to. We're not going into all these other books and stuff that I have. But I got all kinds of stuff. Yeah, you guys, I thank you so much for listening to my banter tonight. Thank you so much. Maybe I will play the whole my walk. You know what? I think I was halfway through the walk. Let's go ahead. We'll go ahead. I'll let you finish that. I'll play some music on that, and then I'll send my outro out. You guys have a beautiful night. I'll see you. Hopefully, I'll see you next Wednesday. Oh, shoot. I'm house sitting for the next couple weeks. Okay, so, okay. Tentatively scheduling it for next Wednesday. If there's any change, I'll let you know. I'll post it. I will post it on ScrewTube. You don't have me on ScrewTube? What am I? MN Sunshine? MN Sunshine on ScrewTube. YouTube, that is. You guys already have me on Rumble. You already know me on Rumble. I am MN Sunshine 1 on Rumble. You know what? You see me, MN Sunshine. Usually you'll see my face. You know, most platforms, that's what I'll do. Okay. Anyways, hey, I ain't even gonna lie. Yes, I have an OnlyFans. And it is under this name. And it was an accident. Okay. It's a joke. But it's true. I don't even know if it's still up there. I mean, I don't know if they delete those things or not, but whatever. We'll see. We'll see. Go look. I'm just kidding. Don't go look. Well, go look. I don't care if you go look. There's nothing there. It's a long story. And maybe someday I will share it with you. Viper, don't even. That's my story, not yours. I was kidding. Anyways, okay. You guys enjoy the rest of this walk. I think I'll put on I know, On My Own. It's a great song. And I hope you guys enjoy it.
This song is called On My Own, and it's a song about our story and about our lives. And I know for me so often. I have such a hard time when I fall and because for me that always seems to be the end of the road for me. When I mess up, it's hard to get back up again. It's hard to believe that I can fly again. And so this was our cry to God, and this was my cry to God, saying, God, I've fallen so many times. You forgive me so many times. You pick me up so many times. Am I beyond hope, or can you teach me how to walk again? Can you teach me how to fly again? So that's where On My Own came from.